Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 12, Chapter 9, The Year Named Aanandha, Part 1 of 2. In every country today, men have become power-mad, and they resort without any compunction to self-praise and dry declamation. They develop hatred against others, foster envy, and feed their fatal egos. They plunge the society to which they belong in fear, anxiety, and disorder. They do not know that if elevating ideals are adhered to and practiced, they could gain eternal fame. They are content with cheap applause and short-lived publicity. You have gathered here today, since this is Yugadi festival day, the day reckoned by you as the day that ushers in a new year with a new name. This day is a New Year day only because you have decided to call it so. It is not astronomically or climatically or meteorologically different from yesterday or tomorrow. Even as New Year's Day, many hundreds of thousands of such days have happened on this globe, and many thousands have been celebrated as festival days too. So too, this day has come, and this too will be gone. If the New Year Day is used by anyone to begin a new way of life, a new step towards self-realization, or self-enlargement through service, then the celebration has a meaning and a significance. Otherwise, it is devoid of value. The red letter on the calendar which indicates this day as separate from others is only a warning and a reminder of this duty that you owe to yourselves. Do not anticipate anything. Leave it to Him. The name of the new year that begins today is inspiring and auspicious. It is called Aanandha, spiritual bliss, inner joy, unshakable calm. That name is a clarion call. It must ring in your ears all the 365 days of the new year. Earn Aanandha, be Aanandha, become Aanandha. Cleanse your instruments of consciousness. Devote yourselves to service so that you might weaken the forces of ego and strengthen the forces of social unity and cultivate japa and dhyana, repetition of Lord's name and meditation, so that you might rise towards Godhood. These are the steps by which you can earn and establish yourselves in Aanandha. Engage yourselves in your duties as intelligently and as devotedly as you can. But carry out your duties as if they are acts of worship offered to God, leaving the fruit of those acts to His will, His grace, His compassion. Do not be affected when the results you anticipate are not produced. Do not anticipate at all, but leave it to Him. He gave you the time, the space, the cause, the material, the idea, the skill, the chance, the fortune, and you did but little of your own. So why should you feel as if you are the doer? Do your duty as a sincere sadhana. Aanandha is the name of the year, and you are happy it is so. But what is in a name except what you put into it or extract from it? a man named Rama must be inspired by that name to manifest in himself the qualities that led Rama into the immortality which his name attained. If a person carries about with him the name Dharmaputra, son of righteousness, it is only a shameful burden unless he justifies the burden by being as righteous as Dharmaputra of Mahabharata was, or at least by endeavoring his best to manifest dharma, virtue, in his life. Man has to earn just enough for his upkeep. Man cannot reap the full fruits of his life here below if he only gathers riches, or collects popular votes, or loads his head with tons of tomes. He has to cultivate and practice virtues too. He has to adhere to dharma. The Shrutis, sacred texts, direct that man has to earn just enough for his upkeep by honest means and use the rest of his time and skill for the general good, dharmartha. Earn artha, wealth, through dharma, right conduct. Then he will certainly have plenty of divine grace. Dhritarashtra, the father of the 100 Kaurava brothers who fought against the 5 Pandava cousins, who were legitimate claimants to a share of the ancestral patrimony, had neither of these two, though he had abundant riches, superior armies, and greater military skill and strategy. So Dhritarashtra had to witness the total extinction of his dynasty and kingdom. Most men like Dhritarashtra pursue falsehood and ignore truth. They amass the trivial and ignore the crucial. They do not realize that death is stalking silently behind them. They do not notice the quick paces of time. They do not know how precious is the chance that the human body, the human intellect, the human society, and the heritage that it has accumulated for him has brought him, here and now. They are unaware that the same spark of divinity that illumines every thought, word, and deed in them is activating every other being too in the universe. They do not sense the brotherhood. They are not thrilled by the feeling of universal kinship. End of part 1 of 2. Brindavan, March 24, 1973.